Welcome back to our Sports Talk ATL Gambling Locks. I am Chase Irle at Sports Talk ATL Twitter, joined by Jake Gordon at Can't Guard Jake on Twitter, and Larsen Griffeth at Larsen Griffith on Twitter, and Alex Lord at Go Sports Talk on Twitter. Guys, we are back with our Week 0 college football gambling locks. We'll be doing this for college football and the NFL throughout the entire seasons. We'll be keeping our records down at the bottom by our names. Obviously, we're all at 0-0. Really exciting time. I tweeted it out yesterday that I think I might tear up watching. The first game of college football is at 12 o'clock on Saturday, Austin Peay versus Western Kentucky. I'm turning that shit on like it's crack. I don't care. I have no idea anything about either of those two teams. But basically what we're going to do, guys, we're going to run through all these games. If one of us has a pick on it or something like that, we are going to talk about it. If no one has a pick, we're going to skip right over it. So, guys, we'll start with that Austin Peay versus Western Kentucky. Does anyone have a pick on this game? I don't even see the spread on my site that I'm looking at. It says it's off, but if someone has anything on it, speak now or forever hold your peace. Nothing.
Nope.
Yeah. All right.
Nope.
All right. I think we all like this one though. This is definitely the biggest brand name game of the Week 0. We got Nebraska and Northwestern, and this game's placed in Ireland, isn't it?
Yes.
Yep.
It is taking place in Ireland. So I'm going to be straight. Does anyone have a pick on this? I think we do. Larsen, do you have a pick on this? Larsen, go
Yeah.
ahead. Start it off.
Yeah. I like the over 50. I think there's a chance Nebraska probably blows them out, but I don't want to go anywhere kind of near it just because a lot of people like Nebraska. Everyone that I've talked about, they like Nebraska. I like the over though because Casey Thompson comes in a quarterback from Texas, who is a much better quarterback than Adrian Martinez, I think. Mark Whipple is the new offensive coordinator. He comes from Pitt. We know about Pitt. They scored a lot of points last year, and he really likes to run tempo. So they're going to go out there with a point to prove. They can't win a close game. That's not good enough at this point. They need to go blow them out. They're going to go with a point to prove and look to score a lot of points. I do worry about Northwestern maybe not being able to score a lot, but I think they'll do enough to cover the number. So I'm going to go over 50. I think Nebraska might score it all themselves.
I'll go a lot more simpler. 80% of the public money is on the under, so I'm going over as well.
Nice.
I was gonna say I like the under, but yeah, after hearing that, I'll probably just stay away.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think you can catch me dead betting an over in a Northwestern football game. It's just not happening, guys. So you guys can have fun sweating your dicks off on that one.
All the casuals will bet the under.
Yes, I will take
80%
Nebraska.
of the money.
And trust me, I'm a big fade the public guy, but then you start fading the public and you get in a game where it's 13-6 and you're like, why the fuck did I fade the public? Why the hell did I think Northwestern was going to score?
Sometimes the public is right.
Yeah. Sometimes there's a reason 80% of the people are like, yeah, Northwestern hasn't scored 20 points in 7 years. I'm going to actually take Nebraska minus 11.5. Listen, if Scott Frost is going to turn it around, it has to start somewhere. Northwestern's going to be terrible this year. Like you said, Larsen, they got a point to prove. You said they might score it all by themselves, so I'm surprised you're not taking the 11.5 because that would be 51-0 if they scored it all themselves. I think that would cover easily. So I'll go ahead and take the Huskers here. Put it on the board for my first bet. Let's move on. We got Idaho State and UNLV. Anyone got anything on that? Nothing. No one cares about the running Rebels, or what even are they? Are they what is UNLV? Are they the running Rebels?
Or the
Anyways,
Rebels. Yeah, something.
There's some Rebels. I don't know. Who cares? Anyways, we got next Utah State and Connecticut. I'm strictly taking Utah State minus 26.5 only because UConn has been the worst college football team in college football for the last 2 years. And I've watched them legitimately go down 35-0 in first quarters pretty regularly over the last 2 years. Utah State has a pretty good program. Know nothing about them. This is just a blind shot in the dark. I don't care what the public says. I'm just strictly fading UConn here because I don't want to wake up Sunday morning and say, hey, why didn't I fade UConn? It was 56-0 at half.
Yeah, I have 2 in the game, so I kind of will agree with you. I won't take the full game spread. I will take the first quarter for Utah State. It's around -7. I'm fine with -7. If you can find -6.5, take that too. It just feels, I mean, like you said, UConn is so horrible. They go down first quarters all the time. completely outclassed and out talented in this game. So Utah State should score pretty early and cover that. I do like the under in the full game though, specifically because UConn's offense is their worst unit and by far is the worst unit in this game. And then Utah State play Alabama week 1. I know it sounds kind of dumb, but they're going to be looking ahead to that and wanting to rest players and stay as healthy as they can. They'll go up big in the first half and they'll rest and let it slide the second half. So I like the under 58.5 for that game.
All right, 50. Anyone else on that? Nothing. All right, we are off. Illinois and Wyoming minus 12.5, over under set at 43.5. Anyone got anything?
Yeah, congrats if you got Illinois at minus 11 like me and Larsen, because I think it's up to 13. I think Illinois is going to crush them. I think this is going to be
12.5. It's 12.5 now. That's what I see.
I'm keeping it simple again. 78% of bets on the Fighting Illini. I'm going Wyoming. Keeping it simple this year. Fade the public. Fade the public.
I don't think that's
what
what
do you say, man?
Listen, so I have come in last place every single year we've done this. I have to change something. I cannot keep using my brain. It's not working. So I have to change something. So I'm just fading the public this year, most of the time.
Yeah, that's not a bad strategy. I have Illinois for the full game at 11. I also took them. I think I like them first half better, minus 6.5 for the first half, specifically because they play Indiana next week in a game that's going to be a pretty interesting game. They can win that game. They're not going to want to give a lot out in terms of the tape and everything. I do think that they'll go up big in the first half though, and like Utah State, they'll rest some of their guys in the second half. I just want to play. Minus 6.5 first half is a good number. Just be up by a touchdown. That'll be fine. Wyoming's defense is horrible. They return 2 starters, and their best defensive player is going to miss the game on the defensive line with an injury. So Illinois' new offensive coordinator wants to score a lot. I think they'll get to it pretty quickly.
All right, so for my most interesting game of the week, we got Duquesne and Florida State set at plus 39. I'm going to take the Fighting Duquesne, whatever their mascot is, plus 39. FSU looking ahead against LSU. And listen, guys, here it's this simple. This FSU shit every year, hyping them up, acting like they're this blue blood program. It's just an absolute joke. They suck. They suck every year. They shouldn't be favored 40 against anyone. I don't care if they're playing the Fighting girl cheerleaders. Like, they could play their own cheerleaders. They shouldn't be 40-point favorites against anyone. Not anyone in college football. They should be 40-point favorites. They also have a big game against LSU. You want to talk about resting players, not giving anything away, rubbing some rust off. If any of those things happen, they don't cover the spread at 40 points. I'll take Duquesne all day. And I might sprinkle a little Duquesne money line because FSU is that bad of a program. I'm not kidding.
Have fun.
Losing credibility by the second.
But there ain't no credibility here. They play my team next, and I don't like them already.
Me and Larsen talked about this. I'm so excited to bet LSU because LSU is going to be a home underdog against Tennessee. Cannot wait to bet LSU in that game. Public's going to be all over Tennessee. LSU is a home underdog.
Are there early lines out for that? I know we're jumping.
No, I just know they're going to be. They're going to be a home underdog because I think Tennessee's schedule pretty easy up to that point.
I heard about it and I was shocked. I heard somebody in the business that said Tennessee was like -5 in Death Valley, which just cannot be true. But if that's the case.
We'll see what happens. When we start off 6-0 or 5-0, I think they're like our 6th game in the season. We really could. If you look at LSU's schedule, I mean, let's not get into it. We'll get into these in later locks, but there's definitely winnable games to start the season, guys. We easily are going to be like 4-0 going into Auburn as long as we beat FSU.
Well, I have y'all beating Florida State, so you better do that. That's all I'm worried about.
Yeah, well, I have Duquesne beating them, so I'm not worried about LSU. I'm just kidding.
All right, next
I'm not actually going to bet the money line, but I am taking the plus 39. All right, FAU and Charlotte. We got anything on that?
I've heard the over in this game. That's not an official pick. I've heard the
16
over.
and a half.
Bad defenses, good offenses. A lot of points. Should be a lot of points.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not betting it, but I would take the over too. Charlotte's got a really good offense. I really like their coach too, and they should. I'm not going to bet it, but it should be a lot of points.
We're getting. I'm either going to start off 4-0 or 0-4 because 80% of the public's on the over. I'm going under.
Where's Chase?
Oh, I don't know.
Oh no!
What an idiot! He just left on accident. I'm sure.
It's okay. I mean, it's still going.
It's what he gets
Yeah,
for the king money line.
He can rejoin and edit it. That's for sure.
Yeah, it'll be fun.
Larsen, you have a 912 number?
Yes. South Georgia.
Wait, where do you live?
I live in Arkansas, but I'm from Georgia, so it's
What just happened?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Are we live right now on YouTube?
No, I don't think so. I hope not.
Okay.
No, I don't think so.
Let me get my latest bet in. Yeah, 80% of the public is on the over, so I'm going under again.
Of what? On
Charlotte.
Yeah, Charlotte for Atlanta.
Okay, all right. FAMU and UNC.
No strong feelings.
Nothing.
No. UTEP and
It's an
North
HBCU
Texas.
against an ACC team, so
UTEP and North Texas.
I've got something.
All right,
Yeah,
what do you got?
I've got under 55.5. These are two offenses that are very much run first offenses. They will look to establish their run games throughout the entire game because that's kind of how they mold their team. These two teams played last year. It was 20-17 with the total's 55 for that one too. And they have two quarterbacks that turn the ball over quite a bit. So there can be, you never know when they're going to get, an interception or a fumble. UTEP, really their big playmaker on offense that could score a lot of points, really good wide receiver, is gone. So I'm just going to trust these two coaches and two offenses that want to run the ball a lot. It'll be a running clock. 55.5 seems like a lot of points, so I'll take the under.
90% of the public's on the under. I'm going over. This is gonna fuck me. I might be digging myself a hole here.
I mean, you're the one literally just picking random shit because the public's debating it, which I don't care.
I've got to change something, dude. I've come in last place every single year, dude. Something's got to change.
I mean, I will agree. Listen, I can almost agree that about probably, I would say about 95% of the public doesn't know a goddamn thing about any of these teams. So if they're all
we're talking about the UTEP. We're talking about the UTEP North Texas under. This isn't like Alabama LSU spread.
Yeah, I was like, I don't think 95% of the public has ideas. So if everyone is jumping on one side, it's probably not a terrible strategy this week because like not a single person knows anything about these squads.
Except for Larsen.
Well, Larsen, yeah, but we'll see how much his
Larsen can talk.
is.
Larsen talks me into it though. Like even if I don't like it at first, he could talk me into it. So
I always, the other thing is when I look at like public percentages and stuff, like I trust that I worry about that way more on actual spreads than I do totals. Like I will think about it with a total, but it doesn't scare me off if the public's on a total. I think totals can differ.
All right, here we go. Nevada and New Mexico State. Anything? I feel like Nevada minus 8.5, but I don't know shit about either team.
No, Nevada's gonna be horrible. I think this opened up at minus 13 for Nevada and has moved all the way down. A lot of the sharps like New Mexico State. I'm not going to bet it. New Mexico State could probably win the game, and if I win my other bets throughout the day, I think I might take a little sprinkle on their money line. But New Mexico State is the play there if you're going to bet it.
I had New Mexico State plus 9.5 written down. I can't remember why I had it written down. But yeah, sure, whatever Larsen said. I don't think I'm going to take that officially, but yeah.
All right, and the last game, the great Vanderbilt Commodores, who will probably beat Georgia this year, take on Hawaii in Hawaii. I like the Flying Hawaiians plus 9.5 at home, bro. You cannot go to Hawaii.
Money.
You cannot tell me you go to Hawaii and can focus on football.
They've been there for a week.
It doesn't matter. Yeah, and they're probably partying their ass off. They probably got a nice. I bet you the Hawaiian.
Dude.
I bet you
dorks. They're not going over there.
These guys are not dorks on the football team. They are going there. Hawaii is sending out their best women. They are doing their little dances. Like they are so distracted. They're so distracted. The water is so blue. The drinks, the pina coladas are flowing. You cannot. I'm telling you. And listen, I also saw a stat that Hawaii in like home openers against non-conference teams, something like that, They're like 13-1 against the spread in their last 14. And I think like 10 of them or 12 of them or something. So
it's because they're usually playing Portland State. They're not playing SEC teams.
Oh, yeah, Vanderbilt. Vanderbilt's an SEC team now. Yeah. Shut the fuck up. Vanderbilt is a fucking pile of dog shit. They're a pile of dog shit. They should be favored by 10 against anybody. Hawaii wins this game. And
money line or spread?
9.5. I'm taking the 9.5 because why would I? But they're keeping this game close, man. That there is like everybody's family is going to be at this game. Like this is Hawaii's championship. Playing an SEC team, even though I say Vandy isn't an SEC team, they're going to hype it up like it's an SEC team. I mean, they're going to have a huge taka dance going. Like, oh my, it's going to be awesome. It's going to be awesome. This is going to be a big. This is a big.
Easy.
This is a no. See, this is a big deal for Hawaii. Meanwhile, Vandy's there, like they don't give a crap. They're enjoying the Hawaiian weather. They're enjoying.
This might be one of the only games they win this season. What do you mean they don't care?
But like, what do you mean? Like, if they still don't view it, it still doesn't get them hyped up. Like as much as like,
it does.
No, it doesn't. As much, no, it doesn't. That's so stupid. As
this
much
is one
as
of the only games they might.
It doesn't
win.
matter. But they don't think that. Like they don't. They are D1 athletes. They think they are going to beat Georgia this year somehow. They think they have a little chance. They get hyped up for that. They do not get hyped up for Hawaii. They don't. They didn't go play SEC football to go play Hawaii. No, just because they don't think, they're only going to win one game this year. No one goes into the season thinking, no, you are wrong.
You were fucking wrong. Fuck you. Vandy's winning 3 games this year.
Vandy might win, but you can't tell me they are hyped up for Hawaii as they would be for Georgia or Alabama. There's no way.
We'll see. I guess we'll see.
Well, no, because no. These are not mutually exclusive. Just because they might beat Hawaii doesn't mean they're more hyped up for Hawaii.
No. You can't fucking no. Shut up. Shut the fuck up.
All right, guys. Hawaii's winning that game. Vandy's a hot pile of steaming dog shit.
Can they be hyped up for week 0?
Week 0?
Maybe that's what. They're just hyped up for week 0.
Opener. It's the opener.
They are going to be hyped up, but they're going to be drunk. They're going to be hungover. Like they're in Hawaii. They're
probably studying for some engineering class. They're not getting drunk.
I guarantee you, they woke up this morning and 4 of them are just threw up at practice because they're drunk. 4 of them. Trust me.
Anybody have anything intelligent to say about this game?
These are college students.
Yeah, I got something. 93% of the public is on the over. I'm going under. It's going to get annoying, and I'm sorry, but if it starts working, I'm doing this every week.
That's fine.
Yeah, if you win, we can't say anything.
Yeah.
I don't care. I don't care what strategy you lose because no one's beating me, especially after you go bet Vandy. Woo!
Yeah. Jake, speak for the both of us.
Did you take the season total?
Hell yeah.
We did. Over?
Yeah. It's 2.5 games.
2.5. So you're counting on this game. You're really counting on this game.
They have to win this game because it's
They
Hawaii.
could win. They're just not covering 9.5. They're just not covering 9.5.
I don't give a shit if they cover as long as they win. I just said I'm taking the money line, but I would not bet on Hawaii.
They're like -3.
Do you not remember everything that happened in Hawaii over this summer? Like they
I don't care what I have no
abusing
idea.
players and shit. They lost like 3/4 of their roster.
The Manti Te'o documentary came out. Hawaii is flustered. Hawaii is flustered.
He's right. He's right. Yeah, I grabbed Hawaii, or I grabbed Vandy -6 about a month ago, so it shot up the last few days, which is fine with me. I think they'll cover. I do.
I think they lose straight up. Don't ever the Flying Hawaiians. That place is gonna be rocking. Go Hawaii.
Florida State beats you guys. You are never gonna